Guys, every single time, I say it as a joke, but eventually it honestly just becomes more and more of the truth. Like, this is actually what's happening. It's not just coincidental. At first, that's what it sounded like, but now it actually sounds like this legitimately happens, where every single time we get an update about Call of Duty, especially about Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 and Warzone 2, it always just sounds bad. And this is the thing. This time around, we're talking about hackers, we're talking about cheaters, and some of Activision's tools against these hackers and cheaters. And don't get me wrong, I like the idea of trying to go against hackers. I like the idea of trying to prevent cheaters from accessing the game. But this is exactly what I mean, where like these new CODs, every time some news comes out about them, even if they have the right intentions, it's just bad. It's not good. So this news just recently got updated today, but the news came out a couple of days ago where Activision was requiring phone numbers for everybody to access the new COD, whether it be Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 or Warzone 2. We were all under the impression that we had to put in our phone number just to access the game. And there was a lot of problems that came with that. I saw a lot of people talk about this, Exclusive Ace, Prestigious Key, Narrow Cinema. A lot of big names were talking about this, and that is a good thing. It is so good that bigger people were talking about this, because Activision actually ended up clarifying and or responding to some of the concerns that we had as the community. Because let's be honest, everybody having to put in a phone number just to access these games that cost $60 to $70, for some of you weirdos out there, it costs like $110. There's a lot of limitations that comes with that, and it's just not a good look for COD. But like I said, Activision responded to some of these concerns and actually clarified a few more things, and it's on a blog post by Charlie Intel right now that he shared with us. And the biggest thing to be clarified here is that the phone number that you need to access the game, it's only going to be required for PC players. Initially, we thought absolutely everybody had to use it. Now we know they don't need it for consoles, so like PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. All of us, we don't need it. It's just gonna be the PC players. And while that sounds good for some of us console players, especially myself, a PS5 player, this doesn't really solve the issue all that much. I mean, the underlying issue is still there. People are still gonna be limited from playing the game just because Activision didn't figure out a different way to combat hackers. And this is actually stated in the blog post. This is the only part that I'm going to share from it. Even if you're buying Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 on Steam for PC players, you'll still need to link a phone number. Since buying and activating a new number can be expensive, this should discourage cheaters from doing so whenever they're caught. So pretty much the thinking here is that since it's kind of a hassle to get a new phone number, especially if you've been caught once and your first one got banned, it's going to discourage cheaters from going out and getting a new phone number or a new phone entirely and then continue cheating on COD. And again, these are good intentions. I don't want people to misinterpret what I'm saying as just like, oh, you're just being a hater. No, I appreciate the consideration to combat hackers. The thing is, I think there's a much better way to do this, where you don't essentially punish people who don't have phones or phone numbers that can be used to access the new game. To buy a $60 to $70 game should be enough, alright? And especially for some of you guys out there, again, paying $100 for this game, that should be enough, along with internet access, to access the game and just play it because it's a fucking video game. To require a phone number, of course, you're gonna discourage hackers and cheaters from getting multiple of those. But I bet you anything, and this is not from experience because I have no need to do this, I can assure you there's probably a way out there to work around this as a hacker or a cheater to get multiple phone numbers. And they have this thing called spoofers, I think is what it's called. And apparently those aren't valid to access the game, which is good. Again, those are the good intentions. How many people do you think are going to be limited from playing the game, even if they're on PC, from playing Call of Duty just because they have a phone number that is not valid, when there's likely a cheater out there with a valid phone number, or with multiple valid phone numbers, or with multiple workarounds to get a valid phone number? And now, because of these hackers and cheaters, and this is my biggest problem, is not necessarily with Activision in this video, which sounds fucking crazy coming from me, but to all of the hackers and cheaters out there, fuck you, and use your teeth to pluck my fucking ass pubes. You're just making Activision and all of these devs do stupid shit just because you wanted to hack in a fucking video game. Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 isn't even that good of a game to hack in. That's the crazy part to me, is that you're wasting your own resources and time and probably money on a game that isn't even fucking worth it. Here's the other issue that comes with this. We know every time Activision, and especially these godforsaken devs, implement anything into their game, any new feature, any sort of update, guys, answer this question. Has any of it ever gone through smoothly, as planned, the way it was intended? Fuck no, never. This is something that's going on in Overwatch 2, according to a lot of people. Again, I don't play Overwatch 2, I've never played the first one, but as a COD player, we can consider the Overwatch people as like our distant cousins because we're all under Activision, unfortunately. In Overwatch 2, you also need a phone number, but what ended up happening was players would get locked out of the games because there was issues with them putting in their phone number even if it was valid. So what happened here is that the developers ended up backtracking on this and looking for a different route. Here's the thing, in Call of Duty, the exact same shit is gonna happen. You just got your first example of what could happen if you're not doing it correctly or if you're going this route. Why not look at that and just be like, you know what? Let's scrap this whole phone number idea. There is multiple ways to go against hackers and cheaters. Maybe the phone number is not the correct route, because what's gonna happen is exactly what just happened in Overwatch 2. Either there's gonna be bugs and glitches that comes with this and your phone number that is valid is just not going to be accepted, or like I said earlier, innocent people who are not hacking or cheating, who also just so happen to not have a valid phone number, even if they bought this game, they're not going to have access to play the game, and that's so shitty because it's Call of Duty. We've been able to play this game relatively hacker-free and without many problems for many years. Of course, if you go back to Black Ops 2 right now, this shit's filled with hackers. Back when I was playing Black Ops 2, I would come across a hacker maybe once every few months, maybe. So my thing is, I just don't understand how it's become this much of a problem, and obviously Warzone plays a fat part of it. Warzone being a free-to-play game, and Activision just being careless and fucking stupid with their money, hackers are going crazy on Warzone, and then they added Ricochet. If you guys implemented Ricochet already, and it's just not working out as you wanted, this phone number thing is still not the answer. I'm not a developer, so I don't know what goes into making Ricochet and all of these anti-cheat systems, so I can't give you a super detailed solution, but I can tell you right now, this whole phone number shit is not the way. You can keep it for Warzone because Warzone's free to play, but in multiplayer, where we actually have to pay money to play the game, yes, I'm sure hackers and cheaters are discouraged from buying more phone numbers or buying a new phone entirely, but if your anti-cheat system just worked the way it was supposed to, then the first time you ban them would be the only time you'd have to ban them. And then the real hassle would be buying a new PC, getting a new IP address, moving to a different location. That's the real hassle. Buying a phone number, yes, it is a hassle, but for cheaters who probably already have workarounds, at that point, I feel like you're just damaging the community more than you're trying to help. And again, it sounds like I'm bagging on Activision a lot. Let's get this straight. The game sucks already. The game already helps out the noobs. If you suck that badly, plug in a controller and play the game with your SBMM, you're gonna get headshots regardless. It's the same shit. SBMM will help you out. Activision already helps you. You don't need a cheat. If you suck that much cock at the game, maybe don't play the fucking game. Exhibit A, I already sent Plexify to the fucking gulag. You guys know him, you guys remember him. This man was cheating on Vanguard of all fucking CODs. Imagine that, just to get shitted on by the community, just to get exposed, and then have some motherfucker named Fooly, the scat master, send you to the fucking gulag. Guys, cheating is not worth it. Just don't fucking cheat. It's really fucking simple. It's really fucking simple. I like that Activision and the devs are trying to go after cheaters. That's good. This phone number shit is not the way. Even though it doesn't even affect me because I'm on console, you're just limiting people that need a valid phone number to play your game. And I know some of you gooch lickers are gonna come out here, oh, it's not that big of a deal, oh, everybody has a phone number, you're just poor, some dumb shit like that. Let me just tell you something. Back in the day, when the fuck did we ever need a phone number to play the game? Point blank period, that's all it is. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. If you have any other solutions or ideas against hackers, let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the Scad Master. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out this shit. It's been a very long
long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a very long time since you seen me. Don't know why.